Yo, 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 welcome back to the Hulaham Hour. Third time's a charm, we'll explain later. But first time since 1998 that the playoffs will not be featuring Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, or Patrick Mahomes. Nick, how's it going, man?
For the third time, woo!
Let's kick it. All right. Well, Nick has been having some computer problems this week, so yeah, we're just gonna get right into it here. This is why I said third time's a charm, because this is the third time that we've been having to do this. So I'm gonna wait for him to see if he comes back, but if not, I'm just gonna be talking to you by myself this week. And if it's too long, I am going to go ahead and go over to my singular feed. Anyways, let's get right into it. Fourth and long prognosticators fantasy league. I had a buy-in, but took top score with 179. Nick's back. We'll see how it goes this time. All right. Manny beat out Jared's Not Branham's 171 to 166. Happier Couch beat out Hurting for a Title 111 to 84. And in the losers bracket, it looks like it's going to be coming down to Big Bush League versus Scary Terry and the IR Gang. Good luck to all that are fighting for not getting last. So that'll be a fun 4th of July parade to watch. So that brings us to our matchup. I play Manny, and where's the other matchup? Shit Baby What will play F Your Couch for the semifinals. So looking forward to the playoffs. Okay. Getting into our leagues, before I do, I have to do something because we're going to kick off this week with Blood, Sweat, and Beers, as I had a matchup against Jordan that I fell to him. And so I will no longer be able to defend and repeat my title. So with that being said, I will see you again sometime. Hopefully I can win the 4th and long prognosticators league to put that trophy here in the cast for a year. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the totem pole. Love it. Slide him a little that way. A little bit that way. There we go, right there. All right. And Nick's gone. Okay, so we're going to get right into the Blood, Sweat, and Beers recap here. And, yeah. We're going to keep bouncing Nick in and out. That's okay. Okay, so yeah, as I said, I fell to... I fell to Jordan, the nail painter, and the dogs, and he got high score with 210.78. MGM Superstars ended up beating out Ginger Killa 184 to 176. So it looks like it's going to end up being John versus Mike and Jordan versus Ken. Yep. Lick My Cock fell to Take It Genty 195 to 137. Love Holland and Els fell to the Man and Jameer 165 to 119. Wobble Pops barely beat out Rock You Like a Hurricane 136 to 134. If Tua could play football, that would not be a problem. But here we are. So, yeah, all right. Moving right along, right along, right along. Poor Nick having all these computer problems. All you can do is laugh at it, right?
Yeah, it sucks.
Yep, all we can do is laugh. All we can do is laugh. So, all right. Moving on to the league here to wrap up our fantasy recap. Dicker and the Brown beat out Team Kaziski Kush 145 to 131. Ricky P 5272 Change Your Name beat out Moody as Fuck 191 to 127. Stephanie fell to the whole Romo Dunze's fiasco. That was like in and out. So that's too bad. But it happens. It's fantasy. And speaking of knowing fantasy, Scotty Doesn't Know Fantasy beat out Pigskin Princess 202 to 191 and took high score of the week and went on to defend his title. And, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. But good job, Scott. I really thought Sarah was going to end up winning this thing. But, yeah, we'll see. All right. Morty ended up beating out Catalina's Pillows 172 to 137. And Old Conk beat out the replacements 169 to 167. So Nick is fighting for his dear life to not get last place. And if Nick would stay on the cast for more than 5 seconds, yeah, I think we're going to start a GoFundMe page to get Nick a new laptop because clearly he needs one. So, let's see here. Yeah. So we got some headlines to get into and some recaps, but until we can get Nick on here. All right, Nick. It's your time to shine.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, man. Tell us about how you fell to Blair.
Oh, dude. Fucking Trevor Lawrence. Go back to the hole you came from.
54 points. 56, something like that.
Yeah, just asinine.
Yep.
He's probably never had more than 4 touchdowns in his life, and he put up 6 total.
Oh, gotta love it, man. Yeah, and, then it just, my poor wife, I just pray she wins these last 2 games. I really do.
I know, I don't want to see her get last either.
Yeah, nobody does. Nobody does, except for maybe Steven and Sawyer.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. All right. So, yeah, it was, knocked out of one fantasy round in the first round, which kind of sucks. My team really shit the bed. It was not a good fantasy week for my teams. Happy to have the totem, though. So, and we'll get that bad boy back at some point. I'm going to have to back the camera up. If I get one of the other trophies like that, the league, it'll probably top out. And then if I ever I got to make the playoffs first. So,
yeah, it's usually a good start.
Yep, usually a good start. Yeah, so speaking of not making the playoffs, Kansas City did not make the playoffs. They were eliminated. It was sad to see how many injuries that there was last week. It was just an unbelievable freaking nightmare of injuries. Micah Parsons, Devontae Adams, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, dude, it's just getting so sad. And then, in talking, yesterday, it's crazy to me that the 49ers are as good as they are with as hurt as they are. To have that much depth is incredible. The Lions are just so SOL, man. They were just, we got our absolute shit kicked in by the Rams, which was expected because we have no defense anymore. We have nothing. We really,
What's that?
Aiden Hutchinson is that defense. That's it. All right. So, got a little bit of some random shit to go over here in the headlines. There wasn't really any headlines this week, per se. I will say it was weird to see Adam Thielen get catches for Pittsburgh. Thought, it's just freaking random and weird. But good for him, man. I really hope, he said he wanted to go to some place to compete, and Vikings,
Why'd he go to Pittsburgh? They're not going to win a playoff game.
Yep, it's a good point. But, hey, there is the stat that Mike Tomlin has won every Monday night game that he's coached for the Steelers. And the Steelers have not lost a Monday night game since they started playing Monday night in 1992. They've won 22 Monday night football games in a row.
Well, maybe they need to put in a voucher to the league so they can play their playoff game on Monday.
Yeah, they might help them. Yeah, it's an absolutely crazy thing. And then they were throwing out Monday night was when the Steelers and Dolphins played. They were just throwing out some zinger facts that I wrote down, which I thought was fun. That was one of them. And then, did you know that Aaron Rodgers is the most sacked quarterback of all time?
Well, when you play till you're 50, that's going to happen.
Yeah, but dude, think about that. That's kind of wild. Oh, man.
Maybe he broke that record, and that's why Phillip Rivers came back, passing yards and sacked.
Another crazy fact that ESPN threw out. The Steelers have a 64-game streak with not scoring more than 7 points in the first quarter.
That's just awful.
That's terrible. 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 Oh, all right. Switching gears a little bit. They are knocking 2 minutes off of the clock for the first round of the draft, which I'm such a fan of. What are your thoughts on this?
Dude, you do a whole year's worth of research. Fuck your 10 more minutes. You should know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah. It's so true. Like, I know there's instances like when Detroit wasn't sure whoever was drafting before them the year that we got Hutchinson, if they were going to take Hutch or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's times when that happens, but it's very far and few between. I think the biggest curveball that we'll probably ever see in our lifetime was thrown to us last year with Shador.
Yeah.
You had Mel Kiper sitting there going, what? Like, what the hell? So, yeah, I'm excited about it. And, with the draft being in Pittsburgh, it's going to be fun. Super fun. So,
But tell me these guys don't have a list 1 through 10 that starts at the beginning of the draft, and the guy's gone ahead of you. You have the other fucking 9. Give me a parade.
Yeah, no kidding, man. No kidding. All right. Okay, those were kind of, like I said, there wasn't really any headlines per se. Puka Nacua was on a live stream yesterday ripping apart the refs. That's pretty funny. Up, and here goes Nick again. There you go. And it starts again. All right, anyways. Yeah, Puka was calling out the refs. I love it. Hopefully he doesn't get fined. He literally called them the worst and said that they only make calls so that they can get on TV.
Well, he's not wrong.
He is not wrong at all. I love it. I agree with you, Puka. Love to have you on the podcast sometime. Wishful thinking. That's term of the week. Okay, so let's get it right into our Week 15 recap here, and hopefully Nick stays with us throughout it. All right, so last week we were on Thursday when Thursday Night Football was going on. Crazy game to say the least, but the Buccaneers fell to the Falcons 29-28 by the Kirk Cousins-led Falcons. I don't know, man. You probably caught a good chunk of this game, and I did as well, but what were your thoughts?
Kyle Pitts actually I think he had 11% of his career fantasy points in this game.
Something like that, yep.
Career, not season.
Yeah, career, because he's been dog shit, and then had one, he was like a 38 or 40-point game.
Yeah, I don't know. This is 44. And
Yeah,
I don't
44.
know. This is what we've seen from Kirk Cousins over the last 10 years. He can come out and actually throw the ball. And then next week, he's going to throw for 50 yards and 3 interceptions, and they're going to lose by 30.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very true. Very consistent. But again, I think Kirk Cousins is going to have a very bright future in the booth as well. So we ain't getting rid of any of these quarterbacks anytime soon. So, yeah, the Buccaneers. I mean, the NFC South is wide open, but it's a dog shit conference. Tyler Shough is the most winning rookie quarterback this year with 3 wins, which I think is wildly crazy. And he's played the least amount of games of a rookie quarterback, I think, besides maybe like Shador. So
He's shown some life the last couple games, though.
He has, and I'm not knocking him because I picked him up in fantasy because I needed a quarterback after Patrick Mahomes went down to make sure I don't get last place. So you better go out there and shuck that friggin' football, man. So this game was a shit show. The Ravens and Bengals. The Ravens absolutely dominated 24-0 over the Bengals. Joe Burrow, I think, is questioning his life. But the Bengals are just they're a terrible organization. I don't know if you saw the headline that I think the NFL is going to be suing the Bengals because it's mandated that when you get snow that you're supposed to remove it, and they didn't, and everybody's seats were frozen. So, yeah. I don't know, man. Bengals look terrible, but the Ravens, I still don't know. It's going to come down, I think, Week 18. Don't the Ravens and Steelers play with the last week of the year? Pretty confident of that. Yeah, so it's going to come down to that.
I mean, their offense still only put up 17 points against that Bengals defense, which is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, sure is. Yeah, King Henry hasn't looked very good this year. Lamar hasn't looked very good this year. It's been a rough year for a Baltimore Ravens fan. Speaking of being a rough year, the Raiders put up a goose egg. Fell to the Eagles 31 to zip. And still I feel like the Eagles, fantasy-wise, players didn't put up dog shit because I have 7. I mean, I won. I can't complain. But it's like...
Jalen Hurts had 3 touchdowns.
Hey, make up for his 3 interceptions last week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Raiders look like ass. Is Gino's not playing quarterback still, is he?
No, he's still out. Kenny Pickett.
That's what it is. Yeah, Kenny Pickett put up a goose egg. Wow. Good for you, Kenny Pickett.
Career backup.
Pretty much at this point. And, drafted by Pittsburgh. Oh.
Old Kenny Small Hands, they call him.
Yeah, Texans defense giving up 20 points to the Cardinals is still kind of crazy to me. However, when the Texans put up 40 points, it feels pretty good. Part of my reason, on paper, when I drafted these two quarterbacks at the beginning of the year, I'm like, man, I'm really not sure. But having C.J. Stroud and Trevor Lawrence going into the fantasy semifinals, feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, you should.
Feeling pretty good about it. Because I would be feeling a lot less great about myself if I had like Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, which is a crazy, crazy statement that if you told me that I would be making this week at the beginning of the season, I would have laughed in your face completely.
I don't know. Josh Allen's still pretty fucking good.
I mean, he is, but I'm just saying he hasn't put up 54 points this year.
Damn close.
Yeah.
He had 5 total touchdowns about 2 weeks ago.
C.J. Stroud put up some numbers, though, too, this week. So.
He did. He's coming back around.
Yep. All right. Yeah, like I said, it's 40-20. Texans took that one. The Chargers-Chiefs game was just kind of excruciating to watch, honestly. One, because Patrick Mahomes got hurt. Another crazy stat. Patrick Mahomes' 9th season. He has 3 rings. Tears his ACL. Tom Brady tore his ACL in his 9th season after having 3 rings as well. It's just funny to me how history does repeat itself. Not saying that I want to see Patrick Mahomes come back and win 3 more Super Bowls, but yeah. Yeah, Chargers won 16-13. Dicker the Kicker's always the hero for LA, it seems like. So,
well, let's give it up to Rashid Rice. That man is taking an ass whooping.
Oh my God, yeah, he got absolutely fucking pummeled
again
in that game. Again, yeah, for like the 1,000,000th time.
Oh my God, some of them hits are like, oh,
just so ridiculous. But I was watching a video recently that was talking about how I think it was that Matt Stafford is one of the few quarterbacks only, like him and Tom Brady or something, where they don't really have any. You cannot find footage of them throwing a pass to where their receiver got hit like that because they know where to throw the ball in order for that to not happen. And that does take a different level of football IQ, 100%.
It does.
So who's Chiefs backup?
Oh, Minshew.
Yeah,
Magic.
Gardner Minshew. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how that pans out.
Not well.
Yeah, well, I remember at one point in time when Gardner Minshew was such a phenom that if you drafted him with your first-round pick and proved it, that ESPN would send you a free case of Bud Light. So, yeah.
He reminds me a lot of Nick Foles.
A little bit at this point in his career.
One great little run there and been shit ever since.
Yeah. Yep. All right, comeback of the week. Coming back from 21 points. Speaking of Josh Allen, I seen the meme where, it's Josh Allen in the first quarter, Josh Allen in the second half. When you lean closer into playing video games, that explains it to a T. Patriots were up 21-0 and end up losing 35-31. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that comeback by the Bills?
I thought what their defense did after halftime was just absolutely amazing. I don't know if they were just disguising their coverages and Drake May didn't know what the fuck, but it seemed like everybody was covered all the time.
Yeah. Yep. It really did. Josh Allen just, I think, he really kind of put a shut up and a damper on everybody talking about that, his window's shut. Because, now this year he doesn't have to, if the Bills the Bills are going to make the playoffs, but he doesn't have to face Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
I know, that's just kryptonite.
It really is. It truly, truly is. So, very excited for these playoffs this year. I think we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of new faces in the playoffs, which I'm very excited about. So, yeah, Jags put the absolute dog shit whoop on the Jets, 48-20. As we stated earlier, Trevor Lawrence had like one of the best games. Probably his best game of his career.
Oh, for sure.
And if Jacksonville can keep this version of Trevor Lawrence, dude, they're a contender. They are. Their defense is good. Their special teams are good, and they're doing all this without one of their key stars, and Travis Hunter. I know he wasn't very impactful, but even just sometimes a player's presence speaks volumes. So,
Yeah, I'm still not ready to call him a key star.
well, okay. I would agree with that. However, how do I want to put this? Somebody just with, his both sides of the ball. It's just a presence, man. It is. It's a presence that he has. All right. Commanders took down the Giants. Marcus Mariota has looked better than Jaden Daniels has this year, which is kind of sad. Jaden Daniels has been hurt. I really, again, I know we said this a couple weeks ago, but hope he's not. I hope he doesn't end up pulling an RG3 again because he's the same type of player and it's the same exact thing happening. So I don't think that they're benching him this year because he can't play. I think they're benching him this year because they know that they're done and they'd rather just protect him at this point, which I think is a very good idea. But I think the Giants almost need to do that with Jackson Dart because this man has been evaluated for a concussion in like over half of his games. So it's just like, at what point, dude, do you just, throw the towel in and look at the future? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Dude, I mean, the rest of his offensive young stars are all out on injury. Like, just put them on the shelf.
Yeah.
Live to fight another day because your fight's over this year.
Yeah. Yep. It's kind of where I'm at with it, too. So, yeah. All right. Speaking of season that's over, the Browns got their shit wrecked in by the Bears. I've talked a lot of smack about Ben Johnson on this channel I'm not regretting a goddamn word that I said about it. However, I am going to say this. The Lions are not the same without the man. They're just not. And I know he was just our offensive coordinator, and I know that Aaron Glenn was our defensive coordinator. But on both sides of the ball, we're just not the same. And honestly, it's more of our offense than our defense. Calvin Shepard is still running a very similar defensive scheme to what Aaron Glenn was running and had the pieces in place and everything. We've just hurt to shit. But I also like the fact that I just like Calvin Shepard. I know I've already given my thoughts on Moore, and I'm not going to go into that again. But we're just not the same team without Ben Johnson. And I have to give credit where it's due that the man's winning. The man's winning.
And I know it's the NFL and people get hurt, but at what point do you need to change your strength and conditioning coach? Because this has been every year fucking thing.
Dude, the amount of non-contact injuries is crazy. This has got to be the most injury-riddled season of all time. It has to be. There's no way it's not. All right, moving along here. Yeah, the Bears won 31-3. Caleb Williams is balling. They're just clicking. Their defense is great. I don't know, man. With the Lions losing to the Rams, the score of the game was a lot closer than the actual game was, 41-34. I think the Bears are back in first because the Pack lost. We'll get into their game here in a minute, too. But overall in the Lions game, Goff's playing scared because the O-line ain't blocking worth a shit. They're blitzing him a whole lot more because they know that if they get to him quick, he doesn't have Amara over the middle, which is his favorite thing. That's really what they've cut out of his game almost completely. J-Mo's not been the same weapon for some reason this year that he's been in years past. And Gibbs and Montgomery, Gibbs is probably going to get 3 touchdowns this next week because he got none last week. So, I don't know, man. It's just kind of nuts. I don't know so much, though, as the Lions' playoffs hope. They're not gone, but it's just not. I don't know. We got the Steelers, and then we play the Bears the last week. Who's the other team that we play?
Oh, God. I can't remember. I just looked this up earlier, too.
Hang on. I'll tell you in a minute. The Vikings. Yep, Vikings on Christmas. That's what it is. Yeah, so we should be able. I mean, the Vikings beat us the last time. I don't see it happening again, but who knows? At this point, dude, anything's possible. Season's been such a crapshoot, and again, I don't like to think that the NFL's rigged. But like watching, I know like the Dolphins bench Tua with everything that's his just play's not been there. However, you watch that game, like the whole game.
I watched up until the fourth quarter because
Okay, well, in the fourth quarter, with 11 minutes left, the Dolphins are driving. I know they're down by a lot, but they never rushed. They did not play rush till they were within 2 scores with 2 minutes left, and then decided that they wanted to play rush ball. It was just ridiculous. It was like the most blatant, like, okay, we're gonna keep the like looking competitive, but we're gonna make sure we still hit the under. I don't know. It's just gotten to be such a freaking sham, dude. But I mean, Troy Aikman was losing his ever-loving mind in the booth. He couldn't stop saying, "What are they doing? Why are they not rushing this? They're down by a lot. Like, why are you if you're not gonna play rush football and you've accepted you've lost already, pull your starters."
Right.
Pull your starters. Don't just let them play lollygag football. It's just ridiculous. But that's, again, why Tua probably won't be in Miami next year. And even after stringing together 4 wins or whatever there that they did to make them look competitive, I think Mike McDaniels is still on the way out after this year, too, just because of everything. I think the Dolphins kind of need to punch the reset button.
I think he'll still be in Miami because they owe him $63 million guaranteed, but he won't be the starter.
Yeah.
And they owe him $31 million guaranteed the year after that.
You're looking at Kirk Cousins' ass.
Worse. They only owe him 30 this year. They can part ways after this.
Yep. All right. I think upset of the week here goes to the Saints, beating the Panthers out 20-17. Tyler Shook, I think, as we said earlier, has the most wins for a rookie quarterback this year, which is, again, insane. But the hats off to him. I mean, the NFC South might not be as big of a shit show as we think. It might actually be that they're just finally getting competitive. I don't know.
No. Absolutely not. But the Saints did beat the Bucs last week and the Panthers this week, so that really shows you what a shit show it is down there in the South.
Yeah, well, down there in the South. All right. Phillip Rivers playing football was very nostalgic for me. He didn't look terrible. I think he only threw for 120 yards or something. Threw for a touchdown and interception. But they almost beat
in the game.
They almost won. They almost beat the Seahawks, who everybody has as a Super Bowl contender. So I don't know, man. I definitely think that the Colts could still compete with him. I think they have a better chance to compete with the team that they have now than they did 5 years ago when he was playing.
Oh yeah, they have a better team now.
For sure. But yeah, Seahawks end up winning that game 18-16. It was 16-15 with 1:20 left, I think. And Seahawks drove down, and Jason Myers kicked game winner. Cold-blooded. Broncos beat the Packers. I absolutely love that. But here we are. I've been saying that the Broncos, their games have been close. They've been playing close games against bad teams, and to beat the Packers like this, that's saying something, man. I don't know. Broncos, what are your thoughts?
Broncos are legit, and I think the Pack's in real fucking trouble without Micah Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he accounts for 37% of their team pressures.
37%. That's insane.
Second in the league, Aiden Hutchinson at 30.
Wow.
You have one man.
Yeah, no shit. That's terrible. But, that's definitely a blow to them. I still haven't thought that the Packers were really a contending playoff team this year anyways, but that really is a shot in the nuts for sure. So 49ers put the whoop down on the Titans, 37-24. Not much to say about that one. Brock Purdy looked pretty good. I'll give him credit where it's due. Titans are the Titans. They're just battling for pride at this point. Because, at the end of the day, nobody really wants the first pick in the NFL draft. Really.
At this point, the fuck you don't. Got nothing
yeah,
to
true
lose.
that, dude. Take another number 1 pick. They need a center. or offensive line for Cam Ward, or he's only going to play for another season and a half.
Or number one receiver. I don't know. You need a lot of number ones. Maybe he'll fuck it up next year too and get a third one.
Yeah, they got a lot of work to do down there in Tennessee, that's for sure. So, man, and guess what, Tennessee? I hate to break it to you, but a new stadium ain't going to do that. All right. Vikings beat the Cowboys. That was crazy. J.J. McCarthy looked unbelievable again. He is so bipolar. It's crazy. Cowboys looked like the Cowboys. I don't know where that Vikings team beats the Lions in a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's him being bipolar or he's actually starting to come into his own, because this is his first year and he was hurt a lot of it.
He might be. You might be right. And if that's the case, dude, it's going to just make it's going to make the NFC North that much more competitive.
I mean, he still apparently hates Justin Jefferson, but he seems to be throwing well.
Yeah, there is something there. I mean, I know this will be Justin's first non-1,000-yard receiving year, probably.
Yeah, and that's just nuts.
It is.
And I get he likes his tight ends, but Justin Jefferson is pretty much always open.
Do you feel like JJ, almost his whole career, maybe minus his rookie season, has been a first-round draft pick in fantasy football? Do you think that he still is next year?
No, I don't. And I think he gives it to like halfway through the year, right before the trade deadline, and if things don't pick up, he has to get the hell out.
Yeah. Or JJ comes into his own, and next year he's a third or fourth round pick and balls the fuck out and ends up winning somebody a fantasy football championship.
I know that's how football goes, and it'll probably won't be one of us because that's just how that works too.
Yeah, we fucking suck. All right. And yeah, we already kind of talked about this, but Steelers ended up beating the Dolphins 28-15. Tua gets benched for Quinn Ewers or whatever, however you pronounce that, the guy from Texas. Like I'm excited for it. I think I texted you earlier today. I said I hope he balls out. I hope he just shows up next week and just balls. That'd be awesome. So,
well, if he can throw more than a 5-yard pass, the Miami fans will be happy.
Yep, for sure. That's 100% facts. All right, we got a hell of a game on Thursday Night Football coming up tomorrow. Rams and Seahawks, dude. Let's get right into our picks. So we got a little bit of other college football stuff to go over today and some Red Wings and Pistons stuff still. So let's get right into our picks here. All right, Rams Seahawks. Who we got?
I got Seattle in the bounce back. I don't know if Devontae's playing. They're still unsure, and I think without him, I don't think they win.
Yeah. Seattle's at home. They got these new helmets that look super badass. Really looking forward to seeing those. I got the Seahawks as well. Rams took a couple big hits and injuries last week, and I got Seahawks, 100%. Eagles Commanders. We got a Saturday game.
Do we really have to talk about that?
Yeah, dude. Tell me who you think's gonna win.
Well, I didn't just hit my head, so the Eagles are gonna win by quite a bit.
All right, well, I'm going to throw you a curveball and call the Commanders to win, and this is why. Eagles played well last week. They don't play well 2 weeks in a row this season. So
here's another one for you, though. Every slumping team has had a resurgence after beating the shit out of the Raiders. Literally, every slumping team.
Well, we'll see. I'm still calling the Commanders, though.
It's like playing a scout team defense.
Okay. Packers, Bears. Ooh, good fucking game. Yes, more Matt LaFleur, Ben Johnson hatred. Who you got?
I don't want to pick this one either, but give me the Bears.
No way, dude. No way that Matt LaFleur lets Ben Johnson beat him. I honestly, because of that comment that Ben Johnson made, Matt LaFleur is going to make him choke on that for the entire length of Ben Johnson's career as the head coach of the Bears. I'm calling it right now. I don't think Matt LaFleur will ever lose a game to Ben Johnson ever again.
I think without Micah, he doesn't have a choice.
Well, we're going to find out, but it hurts my no soul to pick the Packers, but I'm going to because I, again, still don't want to see the Bears succeed. So Yeah. Chargers, Cowboys. Ooh, this will be a fun one. I think there will be a lot of freaking kicks in this game.
Yeah, I got the Chargers. Cowboys are done.
I'm going to take the Chargers too, and I'm going to call Dicker the kicker sinking 4 field goals.
Yeah, it's a good bet.
Over or under, Nick?
That's hard to go over on, but
Yep.
it's a real thought.
All right. This will kind of see how coming into his own that he is. You got Vikings, Giants.
That's who you're going to say is how he's coming into his own?
I say that because he should come out and, win this game fairly easily.
Yeah, but it's kind of like Shadur putting up 300 yards against the Titans and then getting shit on last week. So I'll take the Vikings in this, though.
Yeah, me too. New York's at home, but JJ looked good last week. I'll take him. Yeah, I'd seen Cam Scadabo walking around MetLife last week with no boot on, so that's a good sign for the Giants that he's making a pretty speedy recovery. So that's cool. I'm excited to see where he goes in next year's draft.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh, man. Quinn Ewers has got a pretty easy first game here, bud.
What are they playing, the Titans?
Nope, the Bengals.
Oh, pretty close.
I'm honestly going to pick the Dolphins in this one.
I'm not. I'm going to take Burrow.
Yeah, he's probably going to wreck their defense and watch their defense actually play where the shit and somehow sack Quinn a bunch of times, and I don't know, but give me the Dolphins. Like I said, I want to see Quinn ball out. I think that'd just be cool. Dolphins didn't draft him for just shits and giggles. You know what I mean?
That's how the Jets felt about Zach Wilson. Look where he's at.
In Miami.
Yeah, as the number 2 now with Tua on the bench.
Oh, yeah. So was Zach Wilson third string?
Yeah.
Really? That's hilarious.
Actually, I think Ewers was the third string, and they jumped him, left Zach Wilson, and then made Tua the emergency quarterback.
Okay. Gotcha. Loud and clear. Bucs, Panthers.
Yeah, this is going to be a weird one. That should be a good game, honestly, but I think Carolina's going to bounce back.
Yeah.
And I think if Carolina wins this game, they win the division. So,
yeah, I believe you are correct, which is insane. Insanity.
First time in
those
10 years.
Words even came out of your mouth. Oh, boy. Well, the way that one of these teams is playing leads me to believe that this should be an easy one for them. But I don't know, man. On paper, this game looks like dog shit. Saints, Jets.
Give me the Saints.
Yeah, I'm gonna think Tyler's gonna roll in this one too. The Jets are playing with their third string quarterback. It's just
call it 13-10, and let's move on.
Ooh, this is gonna be a beatdown. Browns, Bills.
Watch. I hope Myles Garrett at least breaks the sack record on Josh Allen.
That would be cool. I would like that. I think he's gonna.
But yeah, the Bills are definitely gonna win.
Yeah, Bills are going to win. I think that somehow Myles Garrett will get the sack record, and they'll give up more than 30 points, and he'll have 3 sacks in the game and still lose.
Dude, he had 5 in one game this year, and they still lost.
Yeah, exactly. This game, I don't know, man. This game is going to be interesting. Chiefs, Titans.
Holy shit. I still can't in good faith. The Chiefs at least have a defense. Give me the Chiefs.
Give me the Titans. Give me the Titans all day long. There's so much the sails. The wind has been knocked out of the sails in Kansas City, and it's going to be really tough for them to go into Tennessee, I think, and recover. So give me Tennessee.
Well, Tennessee's never had a boat this year, so that's why I picked the Chiefs.
We have a potential AFC Championship matchup. Jags, Broncos.
I know. I'm excited for that one.
This is going to be a game.
I think the Broncos are going to win. I think that defense is going to be too much for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Broncos as well. No, you know what? Give me the Jags. I want to see Trevor Lawrence do it. Do something cool. Do something crazy. Do something crazy. Yeah, I think he can. I do. Especially after last week. Battle of the Birds, Falcons, Cardinals.
I'm going to take the Cardinals. Like I said, Kirk Cousins, he had a good game last week, so he's bound to fuck it up.
Bound to fuck it up. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take the Falcons. I think that Kirk will keep it rolling. Are they still in? Are they eliminated from the playoffs?
Oh, yeah. They both are.
Okay. So a nothing game, just fantasy game.
Yep.
Which, yeah, ouch. If you have players from any of those teams besides maybe B.J. Robinson. So watch Kyle Pitts put up a goose egg this week.
Nothing shocks me.
Isn't shock value in anything anymore. Raiders, Texans.
Next question. No.
Yeah,
Texans are they're gonna get another goose egg. The Raiders are gonna go scoreless 2 weeks in a row.
That's kind of nuts to think about, and I'm sure that's probably happened in the NFL at some point, but probably not very often.
Texans have a great defense.
I will say next question here, but Lions, Steelers. Of course, we're both picking the Lions, but give me like a key factor that you think the Lions got to do in order to stop Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I think Aaron Rodgers and that offense likes to stop themselves.
Very true.
We got to stop the run and make the old man throw.
Yeah, I agree. We just can't let DK. We're really good at like stopping the pass, except for one guy. You know, like sometimes when Justin Jefferson plays us, he always lights us up because we just forget he's on the fucking field for some reason. But yeah,
frankly, my key player in that game has been the key to the Steelers' offense, Kenneth Gainwell.
Yes, they need to give that man the ball more.
They give it, and they have been, and he's running routes and getting handoffs, and he's killing people.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Quit putting fucking linebackers on one of the fastest guys on the field.
Read a book.
God.
Yeah, I think the biggest key for the Lions, I mean, we've been stopping the run pretty good, which is going to force Aaron Rodgers to throw. But to be honest with you, you can say force the old man to throw, but when he's got to throw against a practice squad defense, as much as I don't like the man, he's still Aaron Rodgers. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Lions lose this one, they're done. They're cooked for sure. I mean, they gotta win out now for sure. If they don't win these last 3 games, it's cooked. But I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. All right. Sunday Night Football this week. This one could turn out to be an okay one, but I also could see it being an absolute ass-kicking. Patriots, Ravens.
I see this being an ass-kicking. I got the Patriots.
Yeah. Yep. Give me the Patriots, too. They're going to bounce back. I don't think, they're going to come out with a vengeance from the, comeback loss last week. So... yeah. And Monday Night Football, this is going to be fun. I'm so happy that we get to watch Phillip Rivers on Monday Night Football. We got Colts 49ers.
I got the Niners in this. They look pretty good lately. Even as hurt as they are, they still look pretty good.
Give me old man Rivers, buddy. All day. All day. I think it's going to be, Jonathan Taylor and Christian McCaffrey combined will put up probably about 80 fantasy points. Which will be fun to watch. I like watching shit like that. So, all right, that wraps up our recap here. So, not a whole lot going on, but first things first. Shout out to Scotty Scheffler, who won PGA's 2025 Player of the Year. Think that's really awesome. I believe there's a golf match this week, isn't there?
I'm not sure on that one. Not that I've seen.
I'm pretty sure that, yeah, see, they're doing these, like, unadvertised, and I think it's Scotty versus Rory. I was reading something. I thought there was something coming up. It's on, like, Prime or something. Anyways, I'm not sure, but we'll have to... News... Anyways, doesn't matter. Shout out to Scotty for winning that. Everybody, half the internet's mad that Rory didn't win it, but when you put their head-to-heads, it's like, dude, he won twice as many things. He won twice as many majors. It's like,
Oh, for sure.
it's just not even a question. It's just a bunch of butthurt Rory McIlroy fans is what it is. Yeah, Red Wings won last night. It was a fun game to watch. I got to watch that. The Elks a little bit. Let's see here. Yeah, they ended up winning 3-2. They're on a 2-game win streak now, which is cool. They've won 3 of the last 4, the last 5 of the last. They won 5 of the last 6. So that's awesome. Red Wings starting to come together a little bit here. Let's see where they're at. Oh, dude, they're in first place in the Atlantic Division right now.
Yeah, I saw that.
Let's go, baby. How about that
yeah.
shit? Yeah, so that's cool, man. Really happy to see that. Yeah, 41 points. We are 19, 2, and 3. So doing all right, man. Doing all right. And the Pistons, I believe. Yeah, they played on Monday. Ended up beating the Celtics 112-105. The Pistons are on a 4-game win streak right now, with their last loss being to the Bucs 113-109 back on December the 3rd. So, yeah, and the Pistons are still top of the Eastern Conference by 2.5 games above the Knicks. But I believe, is it tonight that the Knicks and the Spurs play for the NBA Cup Championship?
Last night, and the Knicks won.
It was last night and the next one? Okay. Well, good deal. Good for them. How'd Wemby play?
I did not catch the game, but obviously not well enough.
It's a great answer. It's a great answer. Holy shoot. Yeah, the Pelicans and the Wizards are really killing it this year, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
Zion for president.
The Pacers were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, weren't they?
Yeah, but when their star has a torn Achilles and your also star center goes to Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's true.
Back.
Very true. It's wild how it can flip like that. I mean, if someone was like, hey, 26 games into the season, Pistons are going to be 21-5, I'd been like,
yeah, no shit.
And here we are, dude, and they're playing phenomenal basketball. It's not only phenomenal basketball, it's enjoyable to watch basketball. And that hasn't been a Pistons form of basketball in the last 20 years, man. So, yeah. Their coach, what's their coach's name?
Oh, God.
Drawing a blank, too.
I am too.
Anyways, he has a court presence I haven't seen in a coach that we've had in a long time either. Just, it's great. It's great. Absolutely love it. So, yeah, and then the bowl games, like some of the college football games, I think there's one on right now. Yeah, South Florida's playing Old Dominion. There's a bunch of bullshit, but we got some bowl games we'll probably be able to cover over the course of the next couple of weeks. I'm definitely going to be covering all of the college football playoff. I'm very excited to see how that shakes out.
Starting Friday.
It starts on Friday?
Alabama, Oklahoma, 8 o'clock.
All right. Cool. So, yeah, we will have some
3 games on Saturday.
We will have some really good coverage for the college football playoff come next episode, which I'm very, very, very excited about. Also want to throw out here that it's going to be here before we know it, but spring training for baseball starts February 20th.
Yeah.
Which is nuts. It's literally right around the corner. I mean, that's like a week and a half 2 weeks after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, never missing a beat in the sports world. And I love it. Absolutely love it. It's so weird. I love the totem, but it's definitely a different feeling. Definitely a different feeling. Okay. Yeah, golf, TGL. Oh, yeah, TGL starts the 28th is the first match. So we're going to be having some TGL to cover in 2 weeks.
Nice.
So that is super awesome. Yeah, it'll be fresh. They start on Sunday the 28th, it looks like. That's cool. Little Sunday match. Yeah, cool beans, dude. We're getting right into the thick of stuff. So, we got basketball's in full swing. Hockey's now in full swing. Pistons and the Red Wings are both in first place. Holy shit. What frickin' Twilight Zone episode are we in, Nick?
Oh, I know.
Oh, well, hey, your computer survived. I'm happy. We made it through the episode. Sorry about the little bit of technical difficulties to start the episode off there with, but it was pretty much just the fantasy recap. But good luck to all those in the fantasy playoffs. Good luck to Kevin. Wish you the best, bud. And, I don't know. You got anything else this week, bro? I think we're wrapping her up.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate the support. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Hulaham Hour. If you like this content, please do not forget to do that because that is the only way that it's going to help us, help you to help us, to help you. Anyways, we are Hulaham out.